Gumsphere 300 is a traveling musical roadshow and rally where we're taking 3 bands, 4 stage artists, a tour manager, a sound technician, a documentary film crew, possibly a chef, and a photographer and a blogger on a whirlwind tour of 30 North American cities in 30 days this summer.
Sounds like the beginning of a joke. What's the punchline?
We're the punchline. We're starting in Calgary, Alberta, going to Revelstoke, Vancouver, Portland, Seattle, Boise, Salt Lake City, Salt Lake Flats, San Francisco, Los Angeles, Las Vegas, Phoenix, El Paso, Odessa, Austin, New Orleans, Asheville, Nashville, Atlanta, Richmond, New York, Boston, Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, Chicago, Minneapolis, Winnipeg, Regina, and Edmonton.
And so, precise count, 230 cities
a lot
in
of
30
cities.
days?
A lot of cities. We're going to a lot of cities. So did we mention we're doing it in Ford Festivas? 8 Ford Festivas.
Why are we doing this? I think it's because neither of us have had a crazy enough life as it is. We needed something to spice things up. But the way we're justifying having this crazy fun time tour is that we're bringing 3 emerging Alberta musicians or Alberta bands and a ton of emerging and established Alberta artists and giving them a chance to showcase their work across North America. And I think both of us really believe that what's happening here in Calgary and Edmonton, what's happening in Alberta's art scene, is really exciting across the board.
The people that we're taking do ridiculous things on stage and have other lives as artists. So blowing things up, having hilarious animations on overhead projectors, elaborate jokes that are told in Morse code, lots of lights, lots of fire, lots of scary, weird nonsense happening on stage. It's really kind of like a terrible backyard version of Cirque du Soleil in After the Apocalypse kind of thing. Not everybody that's coming on this tour is the most stable person. That's kind of why they're coming on this tour. You don't convince completely sane people to cram into very tight, noisy cars for 30 days. So the dynamic of the tour could be very exciting or very frightening, and I think that that's kind of the scariest and most exciting part for me.
It's kind of the point.
Yeah, but besides that, I'm also very afraid of death. 1 Festiva, 2 Festiva, 3 Festiva, and there's one in the garage I'll show you. We have 8 Festivas, and right now we have 3 Ford Escort GTs that are running. We also have an extra Ford Escort GT motor, and we also have a car with an Escort GT motor in it already.
Usually the first question we get is why we're taking Ford Festivas.
Yes.
Basically, we wanted to enter this international rally race called the Gumball 300, and we realized that in order to, before your application is even looked at, you have to submit a 25,000 pound entry fee.
And we only have Canadian dollars.
Yeah, so we couldn't get it exchanged. So we did the logical thing, which is instead of go to a bank and get it exchanged, we just started our own rally race. And since we're not millionaires and we don't have expensive cars, we just thought, well, let's bring artists who are basically the brokest people on earth, and let's drive the cheapest cars we could get. Ford Festivas.
Ford Festivas are very cheap. They're also very modifiable. So original Ford Festivas come with a 1.3 liter engine and are not rally worthy, but you can drop bigger engines in them and have a lot of fun for very, very cheap. This is the nicest car we have so far. It was made by a guy in Saskatchewan, and he contacted us on the forums and sold us this. Paid a bit of a pretty penny for this, but that's because it's a really nice car. Custom suspension, custom brakes, custom wheels, custom engine. We even have custom, smooth, darkened taillights. This thing is ridiculously nice, and it's going to be a lot of fun to drive. Most of our cars will have the same engine that this has in it. Most of our cars will have upgraded suspension that this has, and all of our cars will have the upgraded brakes that this car has, or better.
We really could use some money. One, just for gas for 8 cars to actually get us across North America. We could use some money to buy food so that our artists aren't literally starving to death. We need to get the occasional hotel so that we get a good night's sleep. What else do we need?
Well, we also kind of have a bone to pick with Jay Leno,
True.
who apparently has the world's fastest Festiva. We'd like to build the fastest Festiva that beats his. We're pretty sure we can make one that has like over 300 horsepower at the wheels, but we need cash for that too. So we're figuring what we really need is a little bit of money to put us over the top and get us where we're going.